Good, happy Thursday morning, November 7, 2019. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, person of interest in deaths of Romney couple taken to Texas jail. Adam Curtis Williams captured in Mexico. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Charisse LeClaire.
We feel that if a customer wants their product and they're ambitious and they want to do it today, if we have it here in stock, we have the people, the trucking, and why put off till tomorrow what you can do today?
Visit us at powellstone.com.
Everyone's affected by this in this town.
The American flag outside Jim and Michelle Butler's home is at half-mast. Yellow ribbons adorn the front porch, all of it done by close friend George Bonfiglio and his wife. He owns the Romney Village store right next door to the Butler's home. News of Adam Curtis Williams' capture, not able to soothe the broken heart.
I'm happy that they were apprehended. I'm happy that that's over with. Still not going to bring Jimmy and Michelle back. No matter what happens, they're not coming back.
Williams and Amanda Novair were taken into custody in Jalisco, Mexico, some 600 miles away from the Padre Island beach where the Butlers' bodies were found. Williams is back in Texas tonight in the custody of the Clayburgh County Sheriff's Office. Authorities say the two were the same people seen on video surveillance behind the wheel of the Butlers' truck, making their way across the border into Mexico. Family was notified today. Jim's niece, Haley Van Loon, spoke to us over the phone.
The outpouring of stories and love from complete strangers who may not have been strangers to them, but they are to the rest of us. It really makes us feel a sense of community.
Still, so many questions back at home for the people who love Jim and Michelle.
The only thing they ever wanted to do was just go, travel, go see. And they finally did it. And to end like this was just not right, not fair at all.
Still a lot of heartache in this town right now. They say there's a long road ahead to healing. Meantime, Williams and Novair have not been charged with the Butlers' deaths. Texas officials tell us they will be holding a press conference tomorrow. WMUR will bring that to you on our website, WMUR.com, as well as our mobile app when that happens. Live in Romney, I'm Charisse LeClaire, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And we will be sure to show you that press conference as well on the Riley King Network. Police investigating deadly accident involving pedestrian in Nashua. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Jessica Moran.
Customers will call in or email in and just tell us that I was at the store, and from the beginning of the sale till the delivery, it was a great experience. And as a business owner, that's what we strive for.
Visit us at powellstone.com.
Well, here on West Hollis Street, the scene is just about starting to clear. I'll take a step out of the way here so you can see they are starting to tow a car away. The accident reconstruction team, they just left a short while ago. Nashua police say they received a call around 5:30 this evening for a single vehicle crash where they say a male pedestrian was struck and killed. Police are saying no one is under arrest at this time, and they are not releasing any other details tonight. The crash happened just a few steps from Fotine's Market, and witnesses ran to help.
Arrived on scene. It was a deceased male. We furthered it, and it was a single motor vehicle crash. Again, deceased male. The accident reconstruction team is furthering it right now. We should have more details tomorrow.
Someone came in and said that someone had gotten hit, and I ran over there. He was laying down. He was blue in the face, and I tried. And there was a bunch of people around me who were trying as well.
And police say they're not releasing the victim's name at this time. In Nashua, Jessica Moran, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Man sentenced to jail for helping friend kill himself. Parker Hogan sentenced to 5 years probation after 1 year jail sentence. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Kristen Carosa.
If we want our state to be in good hands, we need to develop a generation of young people who can lead our state and grow our economy. If we expect strong results, we have to invest early.
Prosecutors say Michael Buskey killed himself in a wooded area in Plymouth back in 2018. Parker Hogan was found guilty of assisting by giving Buskey a stick to pull the trigger and directing him where to point the gun. He was also found guilty of falsifying evidence by wiping his fingerprints off the gun.
This defendant knew that he was committing a crime when he was assisting Mikey Buskey to take his own life on May 7th of 2018.
At the time of Mikey's suicide, Parker was 19. Like Mikey, he was struggling with his mental health. Parker did not act maliciously, but we recognize that Parker did not handle Mikey's struggles in the right way.
At today's sentencing, Michael's mom and sister talked about how this has impacted their family.
Mike trusted you, and you took advantage of that trust. No matter how much time you get, it will never be enough to bring Michael back.
You took away so much more than you realize, more than you care to realize. And I'm so disappointed in who you really are. I guess even the ones who seem to have the most good can be the most evil.
The judge told Hogan he felt he was misguided and dangerous and hopes he gets the help that he needs.
You should have tried to help him. But you didn't.
Hogan is required to get a mental health evaluation and complete treatment. We're live in North Haverhill tonight. Kristen Carosa, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Commission recommends eliminating tolls at Merrimack exit. Transportation officials say tolls generate more than $1 million annually. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Mike Cherry.
Customers will call in or email in and just tell us, I was at the store, and from the beginning of the sale till the delivery, it was a great experience. And as a business owner, that's what we strive for.
Visit us at powellstone.com.
Whether it's a few bucks or a few coins, for the last 30 years, there's been a price to pay for traveling through Exit 11 of the Everett Turnpike.
I'm on my way up there right now. I gotta make sure I have my quarters.
But it's more than just pocket change for some residents of Merrimack who say they believe they've paid between $400 and $500 a year just to get to and from home.
It's making people reroute and move around and drive roads that they wouldn't normally drive.
The state says the exit toll generates roughly $1.3 million in annual revenue. At a DOT meeting in Concord today, it estimated Exit 11 would drum up nearly $13 million as part of a 10-year transportation plan. But State Senator Shannon Chanley says that revenue comes at a cost.
I think it's important that we maintain and sustain the turnpike system, but it is not fair to do it on the backs of the residents of Merrimack.
In Concord, members of the Governor's Advisory Commission on Intermodal Transportation overwhelmingly approved to reduce the tolls at Exit 11 to zero, effective January 1st, 2020. The commission, made up of all 5 members of the Executive Council, say it's a decision long overdue.
I have tried many things in the past, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 8, 9. I never had two other members of the council to join me.
And the recommended motion will now go to the governor, who will be urged to add it as an item to the executive council meeting on November 25th.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Pence expected to stress economic continued commitment to opioid fight in New Hampshire. Vice President to head to State House on Thursday to file Trump's name for primary ballot. After filing, Pence will head to Manchester to speak at Politics and Eggs event in New Hampshire Institute of Politics. And let's take a look at your 2020 New Hampshire candidate tracker for today. We have two candidates in New Hampshire today. The first candidate, John Cassius, speaking at the University of New Hampshire in Durham, New Hampshire. Andrew Yang in Dover, New Hampshire. Flight Coffee of Dover, New Hampshire, 478 Central Avenue, Dover, New Hampshire, 03820. Today at 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. Dow futures jump 100 points after China and U.S. reportedly agree to remove existing tariffs. U.S. stock index futures turned sharply higher Thursday morning after China reportedly said the world's two largest economies had agreed to cancel additional tariffs imposed in their month-long trade war. Witnesses in impeachment inquire to testify in public hearings. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a very busy Wednesday night, and we begin tonight with the impeachment showdown about to play out in front of millions. The first televised hearings now set. And among the first witnesses, West Point grad and Vietnam veteran Bill Taylor, the top diplomat in Ukraine, whose previous testimony behind closed doors was made public just today, what it reveals tonight. The American people will also hear from former Ambassador Marie Yovanovitch, who says she was a target of a smear campaign led by Rudy Giuliani. And when she asked one of the president's handpicked ambassadors for advice, she says she was told to go big or go home. She says it was suggested she send out a tweet praising President Trump. Well, now the American people will hear from them and decide for themselves. And ABC's Mary Bruce leads us off from the Hill.
Today, Democrats announcing they're taking their case directly to the American people, calling key witnesses to testify before television cameras starting next week.
So those open hearings will be an opportunity for the American people to evaluate the witnesses for themselves, but also to learn firsthand about the facts of the president's misconduct.
First up, Bill Taylor, the top American diplomat in Ukraine. Democrats think he's their strongest witness. Today, they released his closed-door testimony showing why. Taylor told lawmakers President Trump outsourced America's Ukraine policy to his personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani. He testified it was his clear understanding that Ukraine would not receive nearly $400 million in key military aid until they agreed to investigate the president's political rivals. Taylor said he was initially confused about why the money was being withheld and grew so concerned he sent a rare cable to the Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo. It was Pompeo who personally asked Taylor, a career diplomat and Vietnam veteran, to take the post in Ukraine.
Hey, everybody makes mistakes. Mike Pompeo, everybody makes mistakes.
Also testifying next week, former Ukrainian Ambassador Marie Yovanovitch. She told lawmakers she was the target of a smear campaign led by Giuliani and that she reached out to the president's ambassador to the EU, Gordon Sondland, for help. His advice, you need to go big or go home. Tweet out there that you support the president. But Yovanovitch refused and was later removed from her post. She testified that she felt threatened after learning Trump told the Ukrainian president she was bad news and was going to go through some things. In the face of mounting evidence, Republicans on defense.
There are perfectly appropriate quid pro quos, and there are inappropriate quid pro quos.
On cable TV insisting there's nothing to see here.
Hold on, we have Mark Meadows right here. Congressman Meadows, can we talk live? So he's walking by right now, but Republicans are really struggling to defend the president. Okay, great.
Not struggling on anything.
Okay, so Congressman.
So the Republicans are not struggling on anything.
Mayor Bruce live from the Hill tonight, and Mary, Republicans say they're not struggling, but tonight the White House is beefing up its team to handle the impeachment inquiry.
Well, David, the White House may be dismissing these hearings, but they also know that they need a better strategy to push back against them. So the White House is adding 2 people to their team who the president personally knows and trusts to defend him. It's something that Republicans here on the Hill have been asking for. David?
Mary Bruce on the Hill leading us off. Mary, thank you.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that is it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.